Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Not Funny Guys Presents Go Team Venture. And we are moving right along. It's unfortunate these seasons get a little slower and a little quicker here because it won't be too much longer before we're done. So we are on episode 5. Yep, Tanks for Nothing. Now, we pick up in sort of the aftermath of where we left off in Rhapsody in Blue. But episode 5, Tanks for Nothing, originally aired February 28, 2016, written by Jackson Public. Brock wakes up with a rather dismissive Oriana after their night of him submitting to her, while consoling Orangutan's widow, Battle Axe. Dr. Mrs. the Monarch receives footage of the Blue Morpho killing Orangutan. The Monarch and 21 as Blue Morpho go to get Blue Morpho's car out of the impound lot, where Dr. Mrs. the Monarch spots them while taking Battle Axe to get Orangutan's tank/van back. But they escape, and the Monarch accidentally activates the car's flight function. Battle Axe finds footage of that she believes that Rusty is the Blue Morpho, because this is going around, taking the tank to kill him. Rusty's new arch, Dean's philosophy professor, Think Tank, attacks him and Brock, but Oriana teams up with Brock to save them and make their relationship official now. Battle Axe accidentally runs over Rusty's arch as he leaves, so Think Tank gets run over on the way out, and then drives into the same hole left by Wide Whale, and now where her husband fell to his death. Dr. Mrs. Monarch sees Blue Morpho's car flying over Ventec Tower and grows ever more suspicious that Rusty is in fact the Blue Morpho. Post-credits, we do find Dr. Mrs. the Monarch returning home, apologizing to the Monarch for being short with him that morning, and darkly claiming that she knows, I know who my enemy is. So, this story finds a couple of interesting things. We do find that the Monarch is officially a 4 now, but Venture's a 10. And so Dr. Mrs. the Monarch chides him about this and tells him, you need to get out there and improve your ranking so you can be better than a 4. The dead orangutan's body is being pulled out of the hole in the lobby. Dr. Mrs. Monarch thinks it's Brock work, but he shows up hungover from the god gas, and then she realizes it's not him. Watch and Ward are present, and they give Rusty a pin that later leaks on his speed suit, and a helpful hate line card for when he has problems, because he's tired of getting arched quite so few times a week. Ventec is apparently a PR crisis when a film of Billy still on the god gas and Pete filming him eating a cheeseburger leaks. And this is very reminiscent of the situation with David Hasselhoff, where he was filmed drunk eating a cheeseburger by his daughter, I believe. And it was quite a PR nightmare for him for quite a while. Blue Morpho apparently has a red phone to the New Jersey governor's office, or he did back in the day, in a statue very much like Bruce Wayne and Batman the TV show. So that's a fun reference. Wide Whale is using the Guild's Friends and Family plan. If you're old enough to remember what those were back in the day when it was a phone plan. But he's using it to sublet his arching of Dr. Venture. And apparently he has subletted it to Think Tank. Blue Morpho has been talking about, but he's believed to have been dead, so there's this huge mystery. Of course, Battle Axe, Hang Orangutan's widow, wants a revenge, so that's why they go get the van back. Dean, we see him in class with Professor Nibaba, who looks like a MODOK in his chair. He turns out to be Think Tank. He is also voiced by Jeffrey Wright, the Watcher from the What If cartoons and many other great things, including Westworld and the like. He even plies Dean for information. He acting very much like a weird kind of cross between a supervillain Moriarty and / Sherlock Holmes. Quotes Nietzsche a lot. And he's the one now arching Venture's Think Tank, the NYPD impound lot. They cross, Battle Axe and Dr. Mrs. the Monarch cross paths with Blue Morpho and Kano. They're there for the van. Blue Morpho and Kano are there for their car. There's an email that goes out of the Venture security cams showing Blue Morpho, and making the way it's cut up makes it look like Rusty could be the person. Dr. Mrs. Monarch even believes this is the case. She hunts down Blue Morpho, but his vehicle, like we said, flies off, and even then flies over the rest of Intech compound, where he wants to basically poop out the window onto the penthouse. Previously during the night, Think Tank had infiltrated the penthouse. His idea of arching is to play chess with Rusty. Rusty's more of a Parcheesi man. Rusty calls the guild. He gets put on hold. Think Tank then blasts Brock in a fight, saved by Warriana, and then they have an uncensored team up on him to defeat him. And of course, Battle Axe crashes the van into the same hole that her husband died. I kind of assume she's dead, but we'll find out. So that brings us to the end of episode 5. Fun episode, continuing kind of a more serialized version of events here. We're looking a little less episodic, a little bit more interconnected episodes as we move along here in season 6. But now let's move on to our next episode. So, here we are, episode 6. It's Happening One Night, originally aired March 6, 2016. Jackson Public and Doc Hammer. Now, Dr. Mrs. the Monarch relays her suspicions about Rusty being the Blue Morpho to the council, but they're not taking it seriously. The Monarch then drugs her so he can go plant bombs on a vacant lair of the Doom Factory team. Rusty's new arch, the Doom Factory, distract Rusty with the bizarre artistic presentations and then steal from him, summoning their lair, which the Monarch has gotten into, and set explosives. He escapes and then leaves. As they leave, the detonator falls out of his jacket, setting off the bombs and killing them. So they're eliminated. Meanwhile, Hank and Serena go off on a date, and Dean, Pete, and Billy help facilitate several random events that Hank puts together to impress her, as Brock and Rocco eventually team up to try and get them back. Serena admits that she really does like Hank and likes the lengths that Hank is going to impress her. And they kiss as they are found and then eventually separated. Dr. Mrs. the Monarch, of course, wakes up from the tranking at the end. The Monarch also pretends that he was drugged, and she gets on a call with Phantom Limb, informing her the Doom Factory's death and agreeing that the guild resources putting more guild resources into stopping the Blue Morpho. So, first of all, the Doom Factory is a weird little avant-garde art show group. They feel like more of like an art collective than anything else. It's very strange. And their leader, Wes Warhammer, is obviously playing off an Andy Warhol kind of weird, creepy guy. Hank and the Dean, that whole elaborate thing Hank puts on. And by the way, Hank is dressed like Michael Jackson from Bad music video, which at one point he does a dance off to beat a mugger, Pete White. Dr. Mrs. the Monarch convinces that Blue Morpho tries to tell. They opt for posters, by the way, as their original response. Hank looking for Hank, Rock runs into Rocco because they got a really weird video warning of this event. And so he's like convinced they need to lock down. Rocco and he fight, but then eventually decide to team up, realizing that they're both trying to find the people that are in charge of him, Hank, and Rocco, Serena. Of course, Monarch has darted Dr. Mrs. the Monarch to run off and play Blue Morpho. 21 is reading a book called Blood on Hands, Grief in the Heart that apparently is meant to help make henchmen feel better. Rocco later recommends this book to Brock as well. And Hank takes Serena to a ninja-themed restaurant where they run into Jared, a.k.a. the Brown Widow, as their waiter, who apparently knows, and he thinks he dated Serena. And it's very weird. And Hank gets upset, but Serena assures him, telling him, look, I really do like you. Monarch and 21, of course, go to the Doom Factory. They try to plant bombs in the base, but weirdly, they don't go off at first, and he gets dragged along with the base as it goes back to Rusty's place where the weird party is going on and the robbery. Brock and Rocco eventually find Dean impersonating a paparazzi, but they miss Serena and Hank, who go swimming in the Hudson and kiss underwater because she can breathe underwater. The Doom Factory's elaborate party ends as they fly off. The bombs actually do go up, blowing up their headquarters. I'm not going to say I'm going to miss those guys. They were weird. But that brings us over halfway. We've only got 2 more episodes left, folks, 7 and 8. And then we're going to be done. So come next episode, we'll be actually finishing up season 6 and then rolling into season 7. And I'm going to say it right now, I'm already getting kind of sad that this is coming to an end too soon. Thankfully, season 7 actually has 10 episodes instead of 8, so we'll get a little bit more time with them. But if you haven't liked, followed, subscribed, please do so. Check out our podcast, Not Funny Guys Off the Reels. You can write us at notfunnyguys.offthereels@gmail.com. We're currently working on a bit of a Saoirse Ronan run right now of a three pack. We've looked at Little Women already up. We'll be talking about and coming out next time. The next episode 144, we'll be looking at the movie Hannah from 2011, and then we'll be finishing up that run with Lady Bird. So I recommend that you check those out. Otherwise, thanks for tagging along on this rewatch, and I will see you guys next time as we take an end run at season 6 with a party for Tarzan and Red Means Stop. So until next time, go Team Venture. Say not funny guys again.
Not funny guys again.
No, can you say not funny guys?